Hello collectors, Joseph Prodzik here with Statue Review. Welcome to episode 3 of Statue Talk. It's been a long week at work. What's the first thing I want to do when I come home? Well, it's probably crack open a beer. What's the second thing I want to do? Well, that's probably see my family. But what's one of the other things that I want to do when I get home from work? Is talk about statues. So thanks for joining me as we check out the latest previews, pre-orders, and updates to my collection. Now let's get started. This week I have previews from all the usual suspects, including Gecco, Imaginarium Art, Pop Culture Shock, Prime 1 Studios, Sideshow Collectibles, and XM Studios. So let's take a look at this week's previews. This week's first preview comes to us from Gecco. This is the Ultraman 1/6 scale PVC statue. I don't know much about the character Ultraman. Obviously I know who he is. I do know that Project Gecco makes really good 1/6 scale statues. I have a couple in my collection already. And if you're a fan of Ultraman, then this would be a nice little statue to have. From Imaginarium Art, we have the Pepper Potts Rescue Armor Suit. So this is a female version of Iron Man. Now I think Imaginarium Art has been putting out some great Iron Man pieces. So if you want a more feminine version of Iron Man in your collection, this might be one to keep an eye out for. Next we have a preview of the Rodimus Prime or Hot Rod from the Imaginarium Art Transformers line. Now I have fond memories of Hot Rod from the Transformers movie as a kid, so this is the statue that I've got my eye on. So you see both concept photos of Rodimus Prime and also some digital sculpts of Rodimus as well. Now, Imaginarium Art says that he will have 3 poses, but they may not release all 3 poses in one package, and that there will be some surprises out of it. So as you can see, in the 3 poses, 2 of them will probably come in the same package, I would imagine. And then the third may come separate as a separate statue. But I'm definitely going to have my eye out on this statue and Imaginarium Art's Transformer line. Then we have the Joker on Throne from Imaginarium Art. This is based on the cover of Batman number 39. So it has Joker using a bunch of bodies as his throne. And it's really kind of one of the more iconic recent Batman covers. This is one I would definitely like in my collection, but it is going to be 1/3 scale. So it is going to take up a lot of real estate in the collection. But the digital sculpt so far looks really good. Now we have a couple of previews from Pop Culture Shock. They did reveal the Mystery Ken before the Ken Masters pre-order on Monday. So the Mystery Ken ended up being a pink alternate costume version of Ken. I didn't really care for this one. Not that I mind pink as a color in general, but I just think having it in your collection, in my collection in particular, it would be too much of a clash of color. I have a lot of darker colors, and that pink might stand out a little bit too much. We have some work in process of the 1/3 scale Ryu statue. This one looks like they're giving him a lot of attention. I hope we'll be able to see him at WonderCon next month, maybe. That was, last year they showed off the 1/3 Akuma statue there. So hopefully we'll see Ryu there. And you can see a little bit of a comparison shot of Ryu and Akuma too. I think this will be a popular statue, but he should have a little bit higher edition size than Akuma, but I think he'll sell out fast as well. PCS was working hard over the weekend. So not only did they show us some work in process of Ryu, they also showed us some more pictures of the Judge Dredd statue. This is what I'm really looking forward to. I don't generally like having TV or movie statues in my collection. I do make some exceptions, and this one is a statue I think I'm going to make an exception for. I really like Judge Dredd. I missed out on the first couple of comic Judge Dredd versions from PCS. I wasn't really paying attention to the company then, but this is one I'll definitely have my eye on. From Prime 1 Studios, wanted to show off a couple of their Ninja Turtle statues. I don't think I gave them a lot of attention in my previous posts, which were mostly overwhelmed by the Arkham series from Prime 1 or the Batman vs. Superman statues that they're releasing. So we have a couple different versions of the Turtles here. We have the classic movie version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and you can see the four brothers together. I think these are going to be a little bit more smaller than the TMNT modern versions. And then you can see a couple of the updated portraits that Prime 1 Studios did for Donnie and Leo. Some people said that they didn't look accurate to the characters, so they did do some adjustments. But the problem with that is during the movie they used several different masks for the characters, and they were all a little bit different. So it just depends on which one you're using as a reference. But overall, I think they look really good. You know, these were the Turtles that are from my childhood. In addition to the cartoon, this movie was really popular when I was a kid. So, you know, these are very tempting to add to my collection. Then we have some more shots of the new TMNT Turtles from the more recent movie series. Now, I like the design of these turtles. They are huge, and both of these sets of turtles display in kind of like a circular pattern that's just going to be like take up a lot of real estate. But you don't necessarily have to display them like that. You could display them side by side. Overall, they look really good. They're showing off some pictures of Mikey and Donnie here. Leo and Raphael have already been released, so now people are starting to receive their Michelangelo and Donatello statues. Overall, I think they did a good job with the turtles. Now we have the Frank Miller Batman sneak peek. This one came out a couple of weeks ago, but I didn't share it in my previous previews, so it got a little bit overlooked. But Prime 1 will be doing a couple of different versions of Batman for their Museum Masterpiece series, and Frank Miller is going to be one of those along with Jim Lee, so I'm looking forward to seeing the completed project from Prime 1. We also have another sneak peek from Prime 1. This is the Transformers Generation 1. So this is Optimus Prime. You can see instead of, they're known for doing the movie versions of the statues, but now they'll also be doing a more classic version of the statues. And I'm really looking forward to seeing this. It'll be interesting to see how two companies, Prime 1 and Imaginarium Art, do the Transformers differently. But if you're a Transformers fan, you're going to want to keep your eye out on both those companies. I would like to add a Transformers statue to my collection. I didn't have a lot of money as a kid, so I only had a couple Transformers. I always wanted an Optimus Prime. I was never able to get them. So now that I'm adult and I have a little bit of my own money to spend, kind of makes me want to pick up some of these things that I wasn't able to get as a kid. and Optimus Prime is one of those. Prime 1 also shared a picture of the Batman Beyond statue from their Arkham Knight series. Just a little blurb just stating that the price and pre-order information is going to be coming soon in March. So stay on the lookout for that one. That's going to be a popular piece, I think. Next, we have a couple of previews from Sideshow Collectibles. First, we'll start with the Purgatory from Chaos and Dynamite Comics. This one is a statue that will go along with Sideshow's Lady Death. These aren't a series of comics that I read, but if you do read those comics, then I'm going to want to keep your eye out for this one. The other preview from Sideshow Collectibles is the Dark Knight Joker. Now, recently, instead of posting a gallery of the statues, Sideshow has been releasing a little video of the statues as a preview before releasing the full gallery of the statue later on in the week. Because both these statues are going to be available for pre-order on Thursday, March 3rd. I think that that Dark Knight Joker might be a popular one. I've pre-ordered the Dark Knight Batman to go with them, so this is one I'm definitely going to be picking up. Next, we have a couple of previews from XM Studios. They first showed off their Lizard work in progress. Now, XM Studios has been giving a lot of love to some of the villains in the Marvel series, and I really like the direction they're going with this Lizard statue. He is going to be a great addition to a Marvel collection. I only wish that some of the other companies gave more attention to some of the villains, because as you know, XM can be hard to order in the United States and pretty expensive to do so as well. XM also shared their finished digital sculpt of the Kingpin. Now this one, kind of on the fence about. It's the Kingpin sitting in his version of a throne with some smaller chess pieces. As you can see, the chess pieces are little small villains in the Marvel universe, and I really do like that touch. Let's see if they can get the details and the paint right on those. I don't know if they'll paint them in color, but they'll probably would be smart to paint them as like chess piece colors to make it easier. But let's see where they go with it. I'm really looking forward to seeing this one painted up. I think he'll look great with a couple of other of the Marvel heroes, Spider-Man, Daredevil, and then paired with some of the other Marvel villains. He might go well with some of XM's other statues. And then finally, we have the Red Skull preview. Now this one looks seriously evil looking. I'm just glad that these symbols all over the place are Hydra symbols rather than Nazi symbols, as I don't think this statue obviously wouldn't go over well if those were Nazi symbols. But it does still, it has the Hydra symbols there, but it does still evoke that sort of evil Nazi feeling, which you want from the Red Skull. That's who he was. So, fighting Captain America. So you want that feeling, but you don't want to incorporate Nazi imagery, for obvious reasons. But this guy looks really good so far, and he should go along nicely with that new Captain America that they're doing too. So last but not least, XM teased us with a sneak peek at the next Dark Knight destination. So they posted, "Riddle me this. A place that's opposite of abundance. A place with sand that burns. Where am I? More hints will be revealed next week." Well, before next week, they also revealed a little hint, and they said that it rhymes with lend. The rumor is that this is the Viking Batman statue that's kind of floated around the collector group's pictures of it. It's a highly detailed piece, but we'll wait for those more hints next week, and we'll see what this new Batman statue might be. XM Studios is doing something different with their Batman range. They're doing Batman in Japan, and now they're going to be doing a different version of the Dark Knight too. So I'm looking forward to seeing what XM's big reveal is going to be. So that's it for this week's previews. Now let's take a look at the pre-orders. For this week's pre-orders, I'm going to start off with Gaming Heads. Gaming Heads revealed their Big Daddy Rosie Exclusive statue. This statue comes from the BioShock series of video games, which I'm not a big fan of, but I do like seeing more video game statues. I like seeing those characters getting some love. The Big Daddy Rosie Exclusive is priced at $649.99 and is available to pre-order on the Gaming Heads website now. I have a couple statues from Gaming Heads in my collection. I have Garrus and Liara from Mass Effect. So I also have the Tali and Morden statues on pre-order, and also Morrigan from Dragon Age Inquisition. So I really like the statues that they're going to be coming up with, but they have experienced some pretty big delays. Tali was supposed to be released in Q4 of last year, and I haven't received her yet. So this is just a quick update from Gaming Heads regarding their shipping schedule. So they have the Elder Scrolls Online Breton coming in March of 2016, Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Nightingale April 2016, the God of War Kratos on Throne will be coming May of 2016, The Evil Within the Keeper May of 2016, Elder Scrolls Online High Elf May of 2016, for Mass Effect 3 Tali coming June or July of 2016. Now, Gaming Heads does go on to say that they do apologize for the delay, as the quality of our products is paramount, and appreciate your continued patience. I'm really glad they released this statement, because I was starting to worry a little bit about my pre-orders. I hadn't heard anything about the Tali or any other statues being delayed. And Morden and Morrigan aren't even on this list, so I assume they're going to be delayed several months more than that. Which I'm okay with, as long as you communicate it to me, that's fine, or at least if they would update the website. I know Tali's still saying Q4 of 2015, so if they would update the website or send me an email letting me know the statue is going to be delayed when they're expecting it, that would go a long way towards good customer service. So next we have some previews from DC Collectibles. We have a couple from their Bombshells line. We have both Raven and Bumblebee. And these are priced at $99.99. And you can pre-order these from toy stores like BigBadToyStore.com, direct from DC Collectibles website, from comic book shops, Amazon.com, lots of different places you can get statues from DC Collectibles. There's also a Batman black and white statue from designed by Raphael Albuquerque, and that one is $69.99. So for collectors of the Batman black and white, here's a new one for you. I have a couple of those in my collection. I only have 3 now, and I only pick up the ones where I really know and like the artist. But I've seen several displays with these Batman black and white statues, and when you have a bunch of them, they just look great all put up together. We also have the DC Comics Icons 1/6 scale statue of Wonder Woman. That one is priced at $84.99. And all of those statues from DC Collectibles are available to order now. There are more reasonably priced, but they're also smaller statues. And the quality on those is generally pretty decent for the price that you get. Next up, we have the Sideshow Court of the Dead Charred Mortal Trespasser Premium Format Figure. This one is available to pre-order now. She's priced at $429.99. She's going to be, her estimated shipping date is January to March of 2017. So for you Court of the Dead fans, this is one that you want to add to your Court of the Dead collection. And if you are going to order her, go ahead and click on the link below in the comment section. Take you over to the Sideshow website so you can get that pre-order in. Also available on the Sideshow website is Batman and Superman from Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. So these statues are going to be between 40 to 45 inches tall each. They're half-scale statues. They both have an edition size of 1,000. They're both priced at $1,999.99. The great thing about these being available on the Sideshow website is that Sideshow offers payment plans. So if $2,000 seems like a number that's too big for you, which it is a big number for a statue, but on Sideshow you can also do a payment plan. So you can narrow this down to $225 a month at the Sideshow Collectibles website. Superman is predicted to be shipping from November to January, and Batman is predicted to be shipping from December through February. Now these are half-scale statues, so you're going to need a lot of room. They're not too much taller than their 1/3 scale pieces, but you are going to want to do some advanced planning if you're going to pick up one of these. I'm really tempted to get this Batman statue, but half scale, I have to think about that for a little bit. If he was quarter scale, I'd buy him no problem. But, I'm thinking about that payment plan. Maybe even canceling something else to make room for him in my budget. Maybe I can cancel that Batman Noel statue, sell a couple of these Star Wars statues that I still have. Maybe I can make room for that Batman. I don't know about a 45-inch statue though, but he would look pretty sweet sitting behind me right there. Batman vs. Superman poster up on the wall. It might look pretty good. So I'm tempted by it, but I'm gonna have to give that one. I'm gonna have to give that one a lot of thought. But if you want to pre-order Superman or Batman, again, links to the Sideshow website in the comment section below. Go ahead and click on the link, take you right over there, and get that payment plan set up. So that's it for this week's pre-orders. Now let's take a look at my collection update. So not a lot going on with my collection this week. On Monday, I was able to pre-order the Ken Masters from Pop Culture Shock. There was a red version, a blue version, and a pink version of Ken Masters. I was able to get the Player 2 blue version, which is good because I like to play as blue Ken Masters in Street Fighter V. The blue version and pink version both sold out within about 15 minutes. And it didn't take much longer for the red version to sell out too. Also in my collection, I received the Street Fighter Ryu statue from Pop Culture Shock. That video review will be posted at 5 p.m. Pacific time on Monday here on Statue Review. Also, the custom Bane statue that I've shown off in the last couple of episodes is actually in the country and is currently being processed by customs. And the message on the USPS website said it was inbound into customs earlier this morning on Friday, which had me a little bit worried because I had never received something from overseas through USPS, had this show up. So reading a couple message boards, I was like, what is that? What does that message mean? And a lot of horror stories popped up on Google about when that happens. But when I checked it later this afternoon, it now says inbound out of customs. So I'm expecting that custom Bane statue soon. You know, he's in San Francisco, which is only an hour and a half away from me. So if I could drive and go get him, I probably would. But hopefully he'll be arriving into my collection sometime this week. He'll be really, I'm expecting a huge and just an awesome statue when he gets here. So that's it for my collection update. This week's featured video is the Immortalized in Stone 100 episode special. Immortalized in Stone is a collector's chat featuring hero statue collector Lou and Victor R. These guys have been collecting statues for a long time. They're great guys, they're funny, they're entertaining, they have a lot of great insight into statue collecting, so be sure to subscribe to their channel and check out their videos. Hope you enjoyed this latest episode of Statue Talk. Now I know what you must be thinking, where are my priorities? Why wouldn't I want to hug my beautiful daughter before cracking open a beer after I get home from work? Well, it's simply just a matter of convenience. The beer is downstairs, and my daughter's usually hanging out upstairs. Now let me know what you think of some of the topics I covered in the comment section below. I may even answer some of your questions or comments in next week's episode. Now if you're a statue addict like me, and you can't wait a whole week for the latest statue news, check out my website, statuereview.com, or give my page a like on Facebook. I try to share the latest statue news from around social media and the web. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to keep up to date on all of my latest statue reviews. This has been Joseph Project for Statue Review. Thanks for watching.